President Trump made quite a debut at last year's General Assembly.
The United States has great strength and patience, but if it is forced to defend itself or its allies, we will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea. Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself and for his regime.
He stunned leaders used to nuanced diplomacy, and many are wondering what he will do for an encore.
That was great television. It played incredibly well on US networks. Trump is not really here to charm other leaders. He is here to make some headlines with some powerful statements just before the US midterm elections. So there will be fire and there will be fury.
While his approach was unconventional and not without risk, it did lead to dialogue. Many will be watching to gauge Trump's tone on North Korea during his Tuesday morning address to the Assembly. Leader Kim Jong-un will not be in the audience, but will likely be watching closely from Pyongyang. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has also invited his North Korean counterpart to meet with him in New York. On Thursday, Pompeo will chair a meeting of the UN Security Council. He will brief on how discussions with North Korea are going and urge countries to keep up the sanctions pressure until Pyongyang takes concrete steps to denuclearize. The U.S. holds the rotating presidency of the Security Council, and President Trump will chair a meeting Wednesday to focus on non-proliferation. Expect him to talk a lot about Iran.
Iran continues to be a problem. Every dangerous spot in the world, Iran seems to have its fingerprints in it.
Iran's president will address the General Assembly on Tuesday and hold a news conference just hours after Trump's Security Council session on Wednesday. Hassan Rouhani is likely to criticize the U.S. for withdrawing from the 2015 Iran nuclear deal and its decision to reimpose unilateral sanctions on Tehran. While many leaders will be present in New York, there will be some notable exceptions. Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping are skipping the gathering. German Chancellor Angela Merkel will also be a no-show. And while North Korea and Iran may dominate the headlines, there will be work on many pressing global issues, including conflicts in the Middle East and Africa, global warming and development. Margaret Besheer, VOA News, the United Nations.